This video was brought to you by the American Hustler. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. I feel I need to share. It's not a storage auction story. And it's not a crazy Craigslist story. But it originated from a customer of a friend from Craigslist, if that makes any sense. We used to take assignments for some of our customers, for some of our better customers, because it just was an easy way to get really good stuff. And sometimes people traded stuff in. They understood that, hey, they weren't going to get like a crazy discount, but hey, we would take what we sold item for, and we'll take 50%, and we would take 50% and apply it to a new purchase. So some people were cool with that. Well, one of my longtime customers comes to me one Saturday. And it's like, hey, G. And I was like, what's up, B? I have a niece that's going through some trouble, and she needs to liquidate some things. And, you know, you did a few things for me, and we're real pleased. And could you help her out? And I was like, sure. You know, I'm thinking this girl's vetted, right? She's, you know, let me just tell you about the friend. PhD at a local university. Husband, PhD, local university. They're the freaking Cosbys, okay? They're the Cosbys. They were the Cosbys before the Cosbys, because they were both retired. Then went back to work, and she was some kind of stuff where they were affiliated with the school system. But anyway you look at it, they were paid. So I talked to her, get the young lady's number. I call her and I set up an appointment for the very next week. First thing should have told me, I don't know if you were familiar with Atlanta, but there's Pryor Avenue, Stewart Avenue. It's called Freedom Parkway now. But back in the day, there was nothing on there for free. So I'm over in the neighborhood, and there's gentrification that's taking place. And I pull up to this really nice house. Like, one of the things with some of these older neighborhoods, the homes are lovely. They have features and elements you just can't find in many of today's homes unless you're going to pay a grip. So I'm like, okay, the house is looking okay. It's looking okay. You know, it's definitely been remodeled. That's a plus. And a few houses around it, they show signs of care. And I was like, okay, so, but I still had a feeling. It wasn't my spider sense. It was something else. So I called the girl from my car, and it's like, I'm inside. I go in the house, and here comes this chick, and she's like an average looking chick, right? She's not like really pretty. She's not really ugly. She's just like Jane next door. So I'm talking to her and everything, and I'm looking around, and very nice furniture. And the furniture was very pimperish. It was extremely pimp. It was fuzzy. It was chic. It was kind of cool stuff. And I was like, okay, if this is what we're talking about, I can move this. So we started talking and everything, and I noticed something about the chick that I didn't notice immediately. She had that look. Let me help you understand me. Anybody that has lived in the hood knows that crackhead look. I don't care if they've cleaned up. I don't know what it is, but it's like once you do crack long term, it gives you a certain look. There's something in the eye. I don't know. It's just, and she had that look, and I'm looking at her, and I was like, that ain't adding up. So we continue to conversate. That's a new word per the American dictionary. Now, conversate is now a word. 10 years ago, folks would look at you crazy when you use the word conversate. So we conversate, because she was like a bohemian hippie. And let me dress it up for you, because when I met her, and she came in the room, she had on like this purple sheath, the Erica Badont do-rag and locks everywhere, right? And she was, moderately slim. She wasn't skinny, but she was like sexy slim. Let's call it that. So we're talking, and we're sitting down, and she just proceeds to tell me her life story. And this is where the train jumps the track. We're talking, and she starts crying. And she's behind on the bills. They're going to foreclose on the house. And she says these words to me that just made my blood stop. Well, my pimp's in jail. Pimp? Because the thing is, we throw this around, but at times I forget there are true and real pimps in the world. I'm talking fold your ass up and put you in the trunk type pimps. So I kept going because I was like, maybe she didn't say that. Maybe she didn't say that. And for some reason, her nerves got the best of her. Because she pulled out the pipe and I'm so sorry. I don't do this in front of strangers or even people I know, but I need to. I'm so this bohemian chick smoking crack in front of me. Understand, I thought that she was vetted because of the pedigree of her aunt. Meant nothing. Meant absolutely nothing. So I'm sitting on the fuzzy couch. She's smoking crack, and I'm wondering if Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, or someone else is going to enter the room because I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone. So I'm getting ready to leave. And she's like, no, don't leave. You want me to suck your dick? No. Then, if you know anything about crackheads, when they smoke crack, they get horny. You look like you got a big dick. No. So I was like, you stay over there and I'm about to get out of here. No. And she's like, no. Next thing you know, she was on me. She had both my hands in her hands and please and kissing my hands and stuff. And I'm like, this is some crackish behavior. And I'm just like, I pushed her off me, right? Because I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm trying to get out. Then, just like that, she went back to halfway normal. She went to the side room. She said, I'm so sorry. It's been so long since I've been with someone. And I'm just sitting there like, you told me you're a pimp, so I'm quite sure that you're operating. And sometimes the words in my head actually come out my mouth before I mean for them to do that. And they did. And she said, oh yeah, I've been working. But, a trick is a trick. And there's making love. And she winked at me. And I'm sitting here like, this some shit right here. Then she proceeds to kind of wrap back into her normal self, whatever that may be from that standpoint, because the shit was weird from jump. So we're talking, and she said, look, I'm sorry. I'm not going to touch you. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to go crazy. I need your help. My aunt, and I'm like, your aunt? She's like, my aunt has no clue what I do. And then this girl proceeded to help just flip my wig. I'm sitting there talking to Erica Badont in the purple sheath dress with the bohemian wrapping their lux. And this girl's got a master's degree from Purdue. What? I'm like, what is this? And I'm just listening to her story. And this is when the social scientist kicks out. Because at this point, I called up my partner and I said, you're going to want to hear this, because my partner loved these stories. So I got my phone on and she's telling me, and it's just like, I was in school. I met this dude. He was so smooth. He was from Chicago. I had never seen style like that. And next thing you know, I was on the host roll. I said, let me get this straight. You are in college on scholarship, 100% academic scholarship. And some dude has got your ass on the host roll. And we're sitting there talking and everything, and she said something that just, I don't understand. If you know of this, she said the bond between a pimp and his hoe is something that a lame like you will never understand. And I said, you're 100% correct, because I don't understand. I don't even want to understand. I'm about to get the hell out of here. Then she's like, no, 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 no. Just wait. Let's do this. So she's like, I'm selling everything. I mean, it's sell it or it's going to be put on the street. And she started crying again, right? And I'm just like, okay. So I got my clip poured out and she's selling everything. Stuff on the wall. I mean, she's selling everything because she is getting ready to get the hell out. Her pimp is in jail for violation of probation, and he ain't getting out at a minimum of 6 years. So she says, I'm out here by myself. I'm lost. I have no direction. And I'm like, okay. So at this point, she kind of kept flipping back between crackheadish and Erica Badonish. I mean, it's like I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. So me being who I am, my partner who is a clown, she's like, you need to be her pimp. Get us some money, right? I was like, no, fuck that. But so at this point, I start acting like a pimp with that because I'm not a pimp. I don't know, but I've seen movies, right? So I'm just like, okay, this is what we're going to do. You're going to get your ass together and this. And it's like, she just straightened up and she got happy and shit. And I'm just like, oh my God, she's a natural submissive. That's why he was able to turn her ass out. So I just started ordering ass around. It's like, okay, you need to do this, you need to do this. Then I gave her the clipboard and you need to write this shit on there and everything. And it just started going because she was liquidating everything. And I just decided that it made sense to just have an estate sale at her place versus taking the stuff and moving. It didn't make any sense. I mean, so she was looking at everything. And I was like, okay, so what you need to do is you need to pack up all your clothes, everything that you're going to keep. Then you need to go to your aunt's house. And she's like, that's a good idea. I never thought about that. Master's degree from Purdue and you ain't never thought about that? So we go through this stuff. Now this is the first meeting. There's more meetings, right? So I call up the aunt and I tell the aunt, I said, look, your niece, she's in trouble. Okay, she's like, I know. She's like, her dude, he left her. I was like, yeah, he left her, all right. And at this point, I just like, are you sitting down? And she's like, what? Are you sitting down? She said, what? And I was like, you need to sit down. And she's like, okay, I'm sitting. I was like, your niece is a hoe. She's like, well, I knew she was a little fast, hiding the pants. I was like, no. This ain't hot. This is fucking nuclear, okay? And I proceeded to just drop everything down to her. And I was like, look, she's coming to stay with you. And it's best you know this so you can watch her. You're going to need to get her in rehab. Now, I will liquidate the house. I got an inventory sheet and everything. And I will give you the money. And come to find out, someone else in the family actually owned the house. And they were supposed to be paying the mortgage. But they weren't paying the mortgage. And this person didn't even know their shit was about to be foreclosed on. I'm telling you, it's just so many layers on this. There was just so many fucking layers. So I knew I had to act fast because, once foreclosure, hey. So I immediately, because it was some nice shit. It was pimperish. It was modern. It was sleek. There was glass. And stuff was sweet. So I just put high prices on it. Started hitting it on Craigslist. I had the key because, I went to a pimp. It's like, yeah, you can get that key and everything. And I made sure she got to her aunt's house. So I go back and I'm in there in the pimp house. And I'm selling stuff every day. I'm selling stuff. Because the thing is, we're getting 50%. So it made sense not to go to auctions because we had inventory. My partner was handling stuff. So I was there every day. And then when you just can't get any weirder, some of her customers start snooping around. Like, yo, you seen B? And I don't know what it is with people in the hood that can't fucking look you in the eye. Dude comes in like, yo, you. I'm like, motherfucker, if you're going to talk to me, look at me because you're making me a little weird. Because at the time I had sold a lot and I had about $3,000 cash on me. This wasn't all my money. And when you in the hood and you're dealing with people who are a little shady, you got to be on top of your P's and Q's. And it's like, look, she ain't here. I don't know where she's going. I've been contracted to liquidate this house. Oh man. Damn, man, really? I miss her. And then he just left, just like that. So the next day, selling stuff, stuff's moving because the stuff is sweet. The stuff is nice, and I've got a nice price on it, and it's moving really, really fast. Then another dude comes by, and he's like freaking Dexter St. Jock, VP SunTrust Bank type dude. I'm looking at him, the gray suit, and he's older than me, but he's well preserved, right? And I'm just like, and he's like, hey, have you seen so and so? And I was like, nope. And I'm just looking, and these dudes, they're just coming there looking for. I'm just like, damn. So about 8 days later, the house is pretty much to the curtains on the walls, and I even got rid of those. And I end up giving her aunt, a really, really some nice cash. And I was like, okay, so we're done and everything. And I see, this is the first time I've seen Erica Badon in a minute. Well over a week. And, she's like a totally different chick. She shaved off the locks. She's got like this. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, the girl could rock it. You know how some girls can rock the fade? She was rocking that stuff. It looked really nice on her. She had that. Skin was clear. Apparently, aunt had taken my advice. They were getting her the little treatment, and they were watching her. And they were really watching her. She had like really cleaned up and everything. She came up. She gave me a hug. And I was like, thank you. And then whispered in my ear. She's like, one of these days I'm going to suck that big dick, boy. And pulled back from me and just smiled. And I'm just sitting there like, I ain't messing with you. I figured out when she did that shit why those dudes were sprung. She knew how to get to a man, and that she knew what to say, because I'm swearing, if I wasn't shocked, probably, I was just so shocked, it was just like, but if we had been alone, I ain't gonna lie, some probably would have went down, because the way she did that shit was fucking erotic as hell. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like, damn. And this is something that's really, really crazy. You get someone from that background, and it happens all the time. This is not a typical story. This happens a lot. Who is doing well, has all of the support, and they go off on that life. That life is so seductive. Because if you saw this girl, you would be like, Glendon, you are lying. There is no way that girl was on the street turning tricks for some dude. And she liked it. Well, weeks go by, and I hear from the aunt, and there was some stuff in the house that I actually had moved to the warehouse because it was like personal effects and stuff. And I was like, have you come across any journals or anything? Because B was looking for the journals, and I was like, well, I do have some more stuff. I was going to give it to you later because it seems like y'all were making progress. And like I said, this was a good customer, so I was going to look out for it. I made a lot of money off that stuff, so hey, it was no skin off my nose. And I go and I find the stuff, and like I said, I found it and I just packed it up. I didn't really look through it because it wasn't a storage auction buy, it was someone's stuff. So I didn't really, I was respectful. So I'm searching through it, and I find my crack. I find journals. I'm sorry. When I buy a unit and I see a journal, because you never know. You could open it up and there could be nothing, and you could open it up and there's a story, or a lot of stories, or porn, or some debauchery. So I'm sitting there trembling because I'm like, you don't need to read these journals. But you know the backstory, right? You know this girl. So, you know that little black angel and little white angel on the shoulders? The black angel did the kung fu kick. He was gone. And I'm reading through these journals, and man, I almost want to cry. This girl is talented. Okay, I was a member of a book club for 15 years. You know, we used to chop up a book every month. We usually took the holidays off, Thanksgiving, Christmas, because people have family obligations. So that was 10, 11 books a year. And this went on for 15 years. So I'm reading and I'm absorbing, and this girl is a remarkable talent. And I find this stuff and I put it back because she's got stories and stuff. And some of them I'm like really gritty. And I'm like, I hope she, I don't know what happened to her. It's been many, many years. But I'm going through this stuff and I pack it all up and I take it over to the house. And I didn't see her. And I told her, I I read some of them. She is extremely talented. Then I was like, yeah, she's won literary awards. She's been writing short stories since she was 6. And I'm like, 6? She's like, yeah, she's gifted. She's a genius. I'm just like, what? What? My mind is blown, okay? My mind is blown. It's like you don't understand. If you gotta be kidding me. It's like, yeah, she's she's almost a savant in music. She could like listen to stuff and play. What? All of that sucking dick in the car. Just to show you that life. And she tells me that the girl wants to be a published author. That was her dream and everything. And I'm just like, damn. Like I said, I don't know what happened after it, but it's those type of things that when you come across, it makes you ponder life. Because here's a girl who had it all before she was born. She came from a good, loving family. And she still turned out like this. This wasn't a girl. She had a father in her life. He had died when she was 18, but, he was there, and the mother, and I'm telling these folks were the fucking Cosbys, before the Cosbys. And like, it makes me scratch my head. So, that's it. Pimps, cracks, hoes, and a dream. That's what that story, and there's more I'm not telling you, because that part actually might make her identifiable, because I got a feeling if I said her real name, you Googled it, she's probably got something out if she ain't turned. I don't know it. Well, let me calculate. Her pimp's probably out by now. Who knows what the fuck she's doing? Who knows? But this is the kind of stuff that happens to you in the resale business when you go deeper. When you go under the layers, you go from the peripheral, when you get down to the bone and the marrow of stuff, you just come up with this stuff. And I'm just sitting there like, and my partner, she was a social scientist too, and we talked about that for years, because it just blew our minds, because that's the type of shit you see on Oxygen, Snapped. It just didn't make sense based on the things that were her life. But tell me your thoughts. Drop it out, because it was crazy. It was really, really crazy, because I'm like, I don't know what would have happened if I was not really, because I know people have their different views on drugs. I've never been high. I've never done crack. I've never even smoked weed. And for me, it's just, I've seen the carnage of this stuff, because there's some people like drugs don't hurt. I would disagree. Drugs do a lot of things, because I think, I don't know, this girl was different. But tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you think may be happening with people like that. Because on YouTube, every time I put a video like this, because when I put the video about the weed, all the weed heads came out from the subscriber list, and it's like, well, no, see, weed don't really do that, because you gotta get, just drop your knowledge. Put your stuff down here. Tell me what you think went down with that, because I don't know everything, but that shit to this day still blows my mind. All right, and for those who are ready, March 26th, Hustler University begins. It's a 30-day task-oriented boot camp. If you want to be down, I haven't put up the buy links because I'm giving people time to get ready, because it's going to be kind of intense. Put your name on the American Hustler mailing list. Just go ahead and subscribe, and when I get ready to drop it, I'll send it out, and you'll know what's going to happen. But it's going to kick off March 26th, and it's going to be totally different than anything I've ever done before. All right, with that, subscribe, like, and leave a smart ass comment, then share it on Twitter.